more meme stocks for me. Okay, so I don't know what GameStop went down 5%, right? After it rose 17, dropped down 5%. I got out at the beginning of the day. I had a few grand. I had a grand or two in it. I pulled out of it, and then I noticed that another meme stock was going crazy, jumped up to 20%. AMC. So AMC came out of nowhere. I put $50 in it. As soon as I lost a dollar, I got out. I just don't want to take any chances because you can only trade a stock twice. So each individual stocks you can only trade twice, and that third time you go to do it, you're stuck. Whether you're out of it or you're in it, you're stuck to the end of the day. Now, if I would have still been in it, it jumped up 20%. I jumped in at 17. So, that's not a lot of money, but, that's a couple dollars. Nonetheless, it dropped down 5%, so I would have lost 2% after that, and I don't know what it's doing now. It's like 230 or something like that going on that. The meme stocks is out for me. I'm done with that. It's a in it. Even though I can sit and, watch the screen, keep a close eye on it better than most, I don't really want to always have to do that. So I'm going to a more subdued way of doing stocks, which is staying out of meme stock, get out of Macy's, GameStop, AMC. There's some more out there. Just get out of those and then turn this up a little bit and then dip into um, my ETFs. So another thing I did was close my Robo account. All right, so I closed my Robo account because I've had it open since I got that stimulus check, and okay, so I put $250 in it to start it. That Robo account, and then I put more into it, and then I took it out of it. Eventually, it got to 284, but it only yielded me, since I've had it open, $2.96. So it's only yielded me 1% because it's 280 is 284 in it now. It's only yielded me 1%. 1%. And I just had it. I'm looking at $284 not doing anything, and I just don't like that. Other than my main savings, I'm not with that, because of my age. I'm up against father time. Anyway, so back to GameStop. So the GameStop I had this morning, I pulled out of it, and I instantly lost like $40, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna make it up because I took the money that I made yesterday, just doing my thing. I took all of that money, or half of it in savings, and I took the other half and I dumped it right into an ETF, which is my Larian fund, which is down right now a little bit, but I'm not really worried about it. And I did that because I wanted to build it up. So I had 800 in it, plus it had already made like almost $100. So I had like nine something in it. I said, screw it. I'm gonna give you all of my GameStop money and what I made yesterday. So I jumped that up to like 3 grand. And the reason why I did that is because it goes up and down at a pretty even rate. Well, it goes up more than it goes down. And when I checked what it's doing now, of course it's down a couple percent. No big deal. But when you look at what it's done for the last week, it's actually going up 5%. All right. So when I look at what it's done last month, it's gone up over 11%. It's going up like 11.87%. So if you just do some basic calculations and you go, well, if I have over $3,000, well, let's just use $3,000. If I have $3,000 into this fund and it's yielding me 8 point whatever percent in dividends, then you're like, shoot, if you're giving me 8% of dividends, I'm going to make this money back, every quarter. I'm going to get a half decent dividend if I can get you to climb at a nice, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention, it's making you, okay, so let's just take out the dividend part. Let's just look at what it's making you. If it's up 5% every week, if it's going up 5% every week, um, which is not going up 5% every week, but just last week it was going up, 5%. But if it's going up 5%, you have to look at uh, what that's going to get you. So let's just say in a whole month it goes up 10%. It's actually going up 11%. In a whole month it's going up 10%. Just for that month, if you have $3,000 into it, you're just looking at what you made off of that. You just look at the 10% and you're just like, okay, well, 10% of 3,000 is 300. If it just goes just in that month, if it jumps from 0 to 11% in that month, you just made $300. That's not even including the other 8% that you're making, the other 8% that you're going to make off of the dividends that you're going to get quarterly. Now, I'm already getting dividends off of this. Well, it's not a stock, it's actually a fund, which means it's stocks and bonds. So I'm actually, my last check from them was $14. I'm like, okay, $14, that's a nice divvy. I won't see another dividend from them for 3 months. But nonetheless, like I said, it's gone up 11% within a month. So you just can't ignore those numbers. If I can get, 1 month, $300 out of it, and then all the dividends that I'm going to see, I don't know what 8% of 3,000 is, but it's probably just a little short of, well, it is just a little short of 300. So I don't know, what, 260? I'm just guessing at it, something like that. But the thing about it is this, I have more than $3,000 into it. And every time I do something, I'm throwing money right back into that. So whatever loss that I'm taking on a daily rate, I know eventually it's going to start climbing again. And like I said, it did 5% last week. Hopefully it'll do another 5%. I mean, if I can get this thing up to $5,000 shortly, if I can get up to $5,000 without touching my savings, I'm going to be very, very happy with my dividends that are going to come off of it. And that's really what I'm shooting for. And when I looked at my RoboCount, so I canceled my RoboCount. You guys, it takes 3 days for you to cancel a RoboCount. And, I'm just going to do a video on a RoboCount. I'll talk about that next. But nonetheless, so no more meme stocks for me. They're too volatile. And yeah, you can make money fast. You can make $100 or more in 1 day, easy. But you can lose 400 or 500 real easy too if you're not watching. And you trade out. You make too many trades on that day. So I am going all ETFs that pay divvy stocks, and I got my eye on some other ones that I came across, listening to this guy on YouTube and some other people. And once I build this Alerian fund, I'm going to build it all the way up to 5,000. Once I build it up to 5,000, I'm going to start putting more money into my midstream DCP, because my midstream DCP is making me some jack. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I might do it the other way around. I might go ahead and, yeah, that's a better idea. I might go ahead and take all the money I'm getting now from just any little thing that I do, any side job that I do. I might take that and dump it into my DCP, and then dump it into my DCP, because that DCP has made me $139, and just today, so far, the last time I looked at it, it's made me $9 today. Just that one midstream DCP has made me $9, and it's already been paying me out dividends. Just today, $9. So that DCP is making me more money than anything else, that I got going on. So I highly suggest you guys look at DCP midstream, and put yourself $500 into it, because it'll be worth it. You'll start getting money quickly if you do that, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave my Alarian fund. Well, I'm gonna eventually get it up to 5,000. Eventually get it up to 10,000. That's what I want. But I want to. I'm gonna go ahead and try to dump a whole bunch of money into this DCP. Just money that I hustle and get. That's what I mean. I don't have a bunch of money. So anything that I hustle up and I get, I'm gonna try to dump it into this DCP, and yeah, and keep letting it do its thing, and also reinvest off of it. So I get a $17 sweep off of it, and whenever I do get money off of dividends or the sweep, and the sweep goes into the cash, I take the cash and I put it right back into the DCP, so it's feeding itself. I don't take that money and do nothing else with it. I take it, put it into the DCP. I wait until I see more, and whenever any cash shows up that's coming from this IRA, I automatically go put it right back in the DCP midstream. Um, and it's just the best way to do things. I don't want to take it out. I can take it out and feed my other stocks, but just transfer the money out. But I don't want to do that, because I want my IRA to grow as much as possible. Now, some of you people have been asking me about this stuff, and you've been wanting to learn. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you know, you guys, if you're going to ask me questions, and when it comes to money, I am very, very serious about what I'm doing. I'm going to get into penny stocks and finances and all that. Don't sit up here and tell me stuff that isn't true, because I'm trying to help you. All right? So that's going to limit how affectionate I'm going to be behind what I'm saying. All right? It is, the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't have a lot of money, but I'm finding out how to get more money. You know what I mean? Uh, and I'm giving you guys this information so you guys can do the same thing. I'm obviously making money, but I'm not making a lot of money. But this is something that is a constant. You have to constantly do this. And I've taken some losses, and I took a loss today, $40 today. I'm not worried about it, because now I see what I can and can't do, what I should and should not do, and how, you know, moving money around to different places is going to benefit me, until I find, and move it around until you find the exact right place where it's supposed to be, and then build a portfolio. You might lose a couple $100 doing that. I'm not really worried about that. I'm just not. Uh, but my mistakes, I'm letting you guys know what to do and what not to do through the things that have happened, so you guys don't make that mistake. So you guys can say, okay, I want a DCP midstream. Okay, I want to go into GameStop, and meme apps. Okay, I want to go into finances. I want to know how to look at this stuff. And I'm learning just like you guys. I've only been doing this for 2 months. All right. That's what I'm saying, you guys. I'm not playing around with this. So don't give me information that's just not true. This information is vital for everybody to make a come up, because right now the market is up and it's worth getting into. And if you're out there working, if you're just one of those people who do side hustles like I do, save some of your money. Cut out, I have this favorite place I like to go and eat and get, food, but it costs me $20 every time I do. Now I usually go down there after I sell a fridge. I'm like, I'm gonna spend this. I have to rethink that now because I'm like, that's $20. You know what I'm saying? If I got food at home, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be like, nah, I gotta take and eat the food at home, even though I like, the service of the people there and stuff like that. I have to rethink. This is $20. Where can I put this $20 where it's going to make me another $20? That's just how you got to think. You guys who are smoking and you guys who are smoking, drinking, and you got other stuff that you don't need. I mean, if this is something that if you're codependent upon it, you need some help to get off of that. But if you're into things that you don't necessarily mean, is what I'm saying. I'm saying recreational stuff. If you are into recreational things that you don't need, if you're eating out and you don't need to eat out, if you're buying new shoes and you don't need them, new watches, new cars, new this, new that, you don't need this stuff, but you're doing it to show out and it's putting you in debt, then you need to change what you do. Get rid of that car, get yourself a hoopty. That's it and that's all. If all you need to do is get back and forth to work and to the grocery store, boom, get rid of that car. Get rid of that car payment. If you done worked yourself into a $700 payment, insurance and all, nah, take it back saying, hey, the payment's too much for me. Get rid of that loan. Grab yourself a little, $5,000. The truck that I'm sitting in cost me a lot less, way less than any new vehicle. Way less. Way, way, way less. I don't owe anything on it. I owe absolutely nothing on this vehicle or my other vehicle. I don't owe nothing on it. You hear it humming? You hear that? And it would be a lot less noisy if I got up under there and fixed that muffler. I'm just saying, I don't owe anything on this, you guys. Find a way to get rid of your debt. And it's hard. But if you start cutting out what you spend money on, it'll be a lot easier. Look at what's in your pocket. Look at what you spend. Make yourself a budget. And think about everything that you buy. Whenever I go to the grocery store, I think about that. Whenever I casually buy something, I think about it. I walk around the parking lot and pick up pennies. I really do that. I do that every day. I walk around this whole complex here and I look for pennies and pick them up. And sometimes I'll come across some quarters, nickels, and dimes. Why? Because it's all tradable. That's why. I kept seeing these pennies in these parking lots. And I was like, all these pennies. And nobody's picking up these pennies. Because everybody's too proud. They're like, it's just a penny. And I start seeing nickels, dimes, quarters. I'm just not that proud. So now I'm in the habit of picking up pennies, and I casually walk around this whole place, and I'll see just pennies in a parking lot, and I'll go and pick up these pennies because it's all tradable. So yeah, you guys, get yourself out of the habit of extra stuff. You don't need to shine for nobody. If it's a woman you're trying to impress, or really impress her, tell her your stocks are out. You want to impress a female? Have a conversation with her about making money in ways she didn't know about. Yeah, and I don't mean like, oh yeah, I made all this money. I mean like, yo, let's make some money. Women love money. And if you're like, yo, let's make some money, she's either going to have some ideas that she's already into, and you listen to them, and you tell her the ideas that you're into and what you got going on, and you might just bring each other up on some game. Hell, if she can't be with you, she might contact you, though. You might not be her type, but she might be impressed. Like, okay, you did that. It's only going to take, I mean, it's just a matter of time before you have this conversation with the right one, and she's gonna be, all up under you after that. It's just a matter of time. And I don't mean bragging about how much money you got. I mean just simply making money, making money moves. I drive around in a 2001 Chevy Tahoe, all dented up. But you know what's in the back of it? A trailer. And anybody in their right mind who sees that trailer already knows the deal. All right? People don't look at my truck and go, you broke. That ain't what people do when they see it. When you see a truck with a trailer on the back of it, you don't never think that that guy is broke. Never. That is not your thought. You thinking that guy's making money. So I'm telling you guys, stop spending on stuff that you don't need. Cut it out. I bet if you just stopped, if you woke up and was just like, what am I going to do today besides go to work? And you actually did that. You went to work, you came home, you got yourself, acclimated to whatever you're going to do. I bet you thought of what your budget was. Not only early in the morning, but once you come home, you're also still thinking about your budget, but might not be aware of it. Because the things that you have to think of is, what am I going to eat? Anyway, it's your boy Tone 202. Peace. I gotta go.